friends! Look, I got a plant. Back by popular demand, the third installment of, drumroll please, apology letters. For those of you who are new, here is the rundown. I went away to boarding school when I was a teenager. I have like Tourette syndrome and neurological disorder. That means I do movements and noises that I can't control, but mainly I was just a jerk. And at boarding school, they tried a lot of things to make me stop being a jerk. And the thing they did that was my favorite was that they made me write letters of apology to anyone that I was mean to, be it a student, a teacher, a wall. A few years ago, I found the letters in my mother's basement, and there are thousands of them, and not one of them is a real apology. It's page after page of like, I'm sorry, you're an idiot. So I've been reading those letters, and for those of you who are asking what's going to happen with these letters, stay tuned. Because of that, I'm not allowed to put all of them on YouTube, but there are a lot of them I am allowed to put on YouTube, and they're hilarious, and they give you some insight into how impossible I was to raise. So I'll read you a few of them again today. This one was to my mother. That's right, they made me write apology notes to my mother, even though she did not go to boarding school with me, so that felt unfair at the time. Dear Mom, I'm sorry that I continue to sleep on my therapist's couch instead of talking about my feelings. I didn't know how expensive therapy was, so I'm sorry that I wasted your money. I also didn't know that my therapist could tattle on me for taking a snooze during therapy. Feels like a jerk move on their part. I would like a new therapist, please. One with a comfy couch. Love, Pam. For those of you who've been listening to these before, I sign them all differently according to how I'm feeling. I think I say Pammy when I'm being a real jerk. So I'm going to read this one, but I'm going to take out the bad words and replace them. This one is to my math teacher, who I love, who did a lot of listening to me complain and rip up my math homework and even my books sometimes, if I remember correctly. Dear math teacher, I'm sorry I missed class today. I was tired, and your class is early. Also, I live 3 floors up, and I have very short legs. I'm sorry I missed your class, but mostly sorry that you gave me an F for the day. Next time I'll sleep during your class and not in my warm and comfortable bed 3 floors up, because one day somebody might hold a gun to my head, and if I can't solve the Pythagorean theorem, I may get shot, right? Because that would be the only reason I need to learn this crap. Love, Pammy. So I'm going to change the name in this one because I am still friendly with the person who I said. So I'm going to change the name. But here's another one. Dear art teacher. This could be a whole book of letters just to my art teacher. Dear art teacher, and this is all it says. Nope, you can't blame me for this one. We all know this was Melinda. Again, I changed her name for people who knew me in boarding school and know who I was talking about. Another one to the art teacher. Dear art teacher, I'm sorry I put Sour Patch Kids in your hair, but mainly I'm sorry about the fact that you said you found 4 Sour Patch Kids in your hair. I put at least a dozen in there. No idea where the rest of them went. You get hungry? Love, Pam. And then another apology note for the apology notes. The next one said, Dear art teacher. And by the way, I always did real ones at some point with the art teacher because I actually wanted to be allowed back into art. That's why sometimes there ended up being a real one. Dear art teacher, fine. I'm actually sorry that I put Sour Patch Kids in your hair. You have big hair, and I had big boredness. I should not have put sour candy in your space, even if Mike dared me to. I'm so sorry. Please let me come back to class. There were multiple Mikes, so. And I don't think I actually called this one Mike. We'll do one more. We'll do one more for the day. Oh, man. We had a substitute teacher for a semester. He was like an interim... Ooh, fixing my hair. I spent the whole day in Central Park, so I'm like kind of a mess. We had an interim history teacher for a semester while our history teacher was on sabbatical. And this man came, and I will never forget, he had a tattooed smiley face on his wrist. And he told us on day 1 that he believed strongly in nonviolent communication, which is a beautiful thing. But to him, that meant that he would never yell. It was against his core beliefs to yell. And at 15, I certainly heard that as a challenge. So these apology notes were to him. Dear substitute history teacher, I'm having a hard time with this one, just not feeling sorry. You told us you were very into nonviolent communication. You said that meant you didn't yell. You explained that yelling went against your fundamental values. I, understandably, heard that as a challenge. You yelled, I won. Why am I in detention? Confused and not sorry, Pamela. That clearly didn't suffice, so there was another one. There's actually about 27 to him. Dear substitute history teacher, I am sorry. All we did was refuse to get down from the top of our desks. In English, we watched a movie where they got on top of their desks and they said things to their teacher like, oh, Captain, my captain. And that teacher felt really moved, I think. Honestly, I fell asleep during the movie. But we did that for you. Yes, we refused to get down, but I really didn't expect you to yell, especially because we had so much more planned for you. If standing on our desks was all it took for you to just disregard this piece of your truth and scream at us, then I don't know, maybe don't work with teens, like ever again. You're welcome? ? Love, Pam. Fun fact, found out this year that he did. He now manages a farm and he has not worked with teens since that semester. Ever again. I broke a grown man. I don't feel good about that, but I also do feel like, wasn't that hard. Maybe I did him a favor. Oh my God, I'm an awful person. Honestly, as someone who has worked with teens for years, none of what I did to him or my class did to him was that challenging. Like, if I walked in to teach a class and everyone was standing on their desk refusing to get down, I would stand on my desk with them and we'd make a class out of it. If I told kids that I was like totally against yelling, I would know that they were going to hear that as a challenge and I'd have a good time with it. So yeah, do I feel kind of bad? Yeah, I broke a man. I broke more than just him. There are other letters of other people I broke. But this one is the one I don't really feel bad about. If he sees this, I don't remember your name, but I do hope you found fulfillment in animals that will not stand on their desks. Like these, I'll keep doing more. There are truly thousands of them. I just found one to a flight attendant because we did a few weeks my junior and senior year in El Salvador, and apparently I drew something inappropriate on a flight and the flight attendant saw, and I had to write a flight attendant and an airline some apology letters. There are ones to myself, to my therapist, to every teacher, to most of my classmates. It just goes on and on and on. And finding these was the best gift. If you have a kid like me, if you're a parent and you've got a teen like me, God, the toughest kids end up often being the most creative. Embrace them. Laugh with them. And if you're a teacher and you've got kids who are trying to break you, you are stronger than they are, even if they refuse to get down from their desks. To everyone who hangs out and watches these videos, thank you. Lots of new stuff coming out soon. Trying so hard to stick to my schedule. Have already missed it multiple times, so please don't hold me accountable. And I love you. Keep being weird. You do you. Have a great day, everyone.